Hello, this is Dr. Victor Cuevas. In Waterbury, your vote matters more than ever. I created this series to help you understand your voting rights and how to use them. Whether you vote early, by mail, or on election day, you deserve to know every option available to you. Together, we can make sure every citizen is informed, empowered, and ready to make their voice heard this election season.
The unfortunate part is that most voters out there, as I indicated, like I was for a long time and my family was, is that we voted because that's what we grew up in and that's what we were taught to do. So now you can see the shift happening in this past year and a half, 14 to 16 months. I mean, we have 9,000 Republicans in Waterbury, and this is fascinating news. Ideologies are changing. A lot of these voters, too, are not new voters. They're people who were Democratic and switched over to Republican Party. So, you know, and local politics in a lot of instances is a popularity contest, you know, and some of it has to do with how much marketing you do and how much social media you do. But I keep telling people the most important thing in these types of elections, make some phone calls and ID voters and knock on some doors. Be a visible leader. People want to hear from candidates. And I know that in such a short window, we have 4 weeks before the election, it's difficult to hit, 4,000 or 5,000 doors, especially if, you're running on a tight budget and you don't have that kind of money to spend on canvassers and people to make phone calls. A lot of stuff is done on a volunteer basis. But here's what I say to you. Tonight, I want to talk to you about a few things that I opened up with and the options about voting, who can vote, who cannot vote, and how can you vote. People with criminal records. I can't believe how many people I come across that don't know the law, that you can vote if you have a felony. You cannot vote if you are on parole. And if you have either murdered somebody or robbed the bank, you can't vote. I believe those are the only two crimes, if you're carrying a felony, is a capital murder or a robbery, that you cannot vote in a general election, whether it's national, congressional, or local or state. Other than that, in the past few years, I've educated some young people that are in transition from prison, some people who gotten felonies that did not know that they can vote and they can exercise their right. And I got to tell you, a lot of them are taxpayers. They own houses. They change their lives. They have families and kids in the school system, and they want to get engaged, and they just never knew. They thought they were stripped of that right. No, they're not. So please be cognizant of that.